Hi guys, it's Rob here from Turniplord YouTube channel and from gamepit.co.uk, and today I'm going to be playing a little bit of the Somnium Files from Spike Chunsoft. So I have actually completed it, got platinum and fully reviewed it over on gamepit.co.uk, but we're allowed to show up until the end of day 2, so I thought I would jump in and show you some footage and just show you what the game is actually like, so you can go out and buy it when it comes out next week, because it's bloody brilliant. So I'm going to start a new game. Other save data, blah blah blah, yeah, that's fine. I've backed it all up, so it's not a problem. Right, now the first thing is your language. Whatever you pick here, the game sticks with it, so you can't change the text language once you've started, but you can change the voice language. So we're just going to stick with English. There you go, so it can't be changed, that's fine. I have got the voices set to English as well, because I prefer to play the games in English, but it has got a full Japanese cast. But we had to do it in English because the voice actor who did the main star in Judgment is the main star in this game also. Seriously, this game is awesome. It's so creepy and quite fitting with like It Part 2 just coming out as well, with a little like fun fair and whatnot theme. See that music, the drop there, so cool. Hey up, what's this? I've never actually noticed they've actually got umbrellas. This is the only time in the game they've actually got an umbrella. The Somnium Files. So day 1, Friday, Sigai. So Bloom Park on Friday at 10:54 p.m. Now I will be calling it I know it's AI, as in artificial intelligence, but all of the press materials and the videos and whatnot call it the Somnium Files. So I'm going to call it I because that's what Spike Chunsoft call it. So yeah, don't write in the comments that I'm doing it wrong. So here we are, the first murder, I suppose. There's us, Darte. So during investigations, the main character, Darte, inspects scenes and collects testimonies, progress by examining objects and talking to people. Darte's position is fixed, but you can move the cursor on your view. Try looking around, moving the cursor to find something that catches your eye. Not eyes, just eye. And inspect it. Right, so left stick moves the cursor like a mouse, right stick moves your viewpoint. And like I said, we are stuck in position, so that was as far as I can go there. That's as far as I go here, so it's cool. So we can just look around at things. So the control room, for example, to control room, place where the operator sits and turns right on and off. Took a look inside and didn't see anything that might be a clue. Okay. The merry-go-round control room, there's no leads here. And it will go grey, like you see there, once you've finished inspecting it. So, this is a nice little Easter egg here. Oh, maybe not yet. It will be later on, but not yet. It basically looks like something that you've probably gathered by now. So this is our boss. This is our superior. So yes, when you speak to a person, you get choices. Blah 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 blah. We know that. Right. So let's have a little chat with boss and find out what's going on. So this rain's awful, isn't it?
It's unusual for this time of year. It'll be hard to find any usable prints.
That's true. Is there any suspects?
Not yet. We just found the victim. Too early to say anything for sure. But this could be a copycat killer at work. From the case 6 years ago.
A case 6 years ago?
Yeah, we don't actually know about a case from 6 years ago, so it's a bit weird her just dropping that in conversation. What am I doing here?
Are you serious? You're Special Agent Kaname Date. You're a member of Abyss, and that means you answer to me. I called you here to inspect the scene, Date.
Sure, boss. But inspecting dead bodies isn't usually part of the job.
Usually, no. But tonight it is. Because you know this woman, don't you, Date? I had to tell you. You deserve to know.
Okay, so we know the woman?
Metro got a call about 2 hours ago. Someone heard screaming coming from the park. Beat cop responded, checked out the scene.
And found the corpse.
Yeah. Thing is, the caller was anonymous. I'll give you the details later.
Okay, so after finishing this discussion of the topic with people, they might have new things to talk about. Yeah, so basically it's a case of just keep asking them questions until there's nothing left to say. So what can you tell me about the victim, boss?
Her name's Nadami Shoko. You knew
Nadami.
her, right? What was the relationship like? I heard you two have been close for years.
It was
I wouldn't
sexual.
say that. We were just acquaintances.
I call her boss. She runs Abyss, a special branch of the Metropolitan Police Department. I report directly to her. Right now she's standing in the pouring rain with an umbrella up. So yeah, so when the game has give you enough information about a thing, it does start to get quite literal with what you're looking at. So it's a bench, for example. There's not really much else it could say about a bench, I suppose. Not a skewered horse.
Horse from merry-go-round. It looks like it's skewered.
This is not a message from the criminal. The park was already in this state before the crime. My best hypothesis is that this is the result of a teenage prank.
Okay, so some teenagers managed to get the horses out and just stick them in the ground. Now, this guy, I absolutely love. I don't know his name, I can't remember it, but let's ask him what his name is.
Wow, I never thought a great detective like you would ask me my name. It's Kagami, sir.
That's actually a good point. I didn't even clock onto that. Like I said, the guy who does the, I think it's Greg Chun, who does the voice for Date and detective in this game, is also Yagami, the detective in Judgment. So he seems to be cast as a detective in quite a few things recently. Talk to the inspector again. So okay, we can ask him again. I can't remember what he said his name was. What did he say it was?
It's Kagami, sir.
Okay. Sorry, what's your name?
Kagami.
Kasami?
Are you serious? It's Kagami!
Oh. Okay. No need to shout, mate. What's your name again? I've already learnt his name, I don't need to ask him again. Oh, let's see if we can ask him now. I'm pretty sure I know his name, he's told me already. One more time? His name is... what was it again?
Hey, what'd you say your name was? Hey. Hello? Hey. I know you can hear me, Kagami.
So you do know my name.
Oh god. Just to be honest with you, this Inspector guy, without going into too much detail, you can really piss him off by asking him what his name is pretty much every time. It's a little bit of banter and it's fun. It's just funny watching the responses because the game's got such good writing in it. So what's going on, mate?
Not yet, sir.
How gruesome do the murders get? I know you can't get into details, but I'm quite queasy when it comes to the stuff. They're not too bad, the murders. You'll see one in a minute when I zoom in to this woman up here. This is about as bad as they get, really. I don't even recall seeing red blood. I think it's dark coloured. They have their eyes removed. Like, this woman has her eye removed. And when you jump into the Somniums to investigate the murders in more detail, that's more like a dream state, so it's not realistic. We'll come to that later on though. So it's not that bad. It's not as gruesome as it could be. If you went for a more realistic tone, then it would have been a lot more bloody, a lot more disgusting.
It's my duty, sir, but thank you.
So let's just go and inspect the corpse and we'll just see. So the body's been mounted on the horses. I should get a better look. Took a step forward.
Sorry, sir. Could you please not get any closer? We haven't taken any footprints yet. I appreciate your understanding.
Okay.
Allow me to assist you.
That's Iva. Iva is our eyeball, basically. So her official designation is a eyeball or eyeball. She's an artificial intelligence built into my fake eye, an eye for an eye.
You want me to use the zoom, right?
Correct. That will allow you to investigate without physically disturbing the scene.
Right, yeah, so throughout the game you get different abilities which Iva can do. One of which is zoom, which will allow us to zoom in without moving. So let's have a look at the corpse. There you go, so that's oh yeah, it is red, it's like a dark red, but this is about as gruesome as it's gonna get, to be honest with you. I don't recall anything being that graphic. As long as you're okay with seeing an eyeball that's been removed from an eye socket, then you should be fine.
I am detecting signs of increased stress in your body. Cortisol and ACTH concentration is rising.
Don't bug me with jargon right now, alright? I'm just upset.
Multiple puncture wounds to the front of the torso. Cause of death, blood loss from these wounds. Body temperature and rigor mortis indicate the time of death was approximately 6 hours ago. That would place the crime occurring around 5 p.m.
Okay, so several puncture wounds but no cuts or tears. Okay.
The victim was probably stabbed with something pointed and smooth, like an ice pick.
Alright, yeah. Yeah, in regards to the delay, yeah, it's a bit unusual. He said he had a lot more orders than they were expecting, which is always a good thing. But the delay in regards to the physical products have only affected the American copies, which are coming out on the 24th now instead of the 17th, but it is out digitally on the 17th. In the UK and the EU, it's still set for physical and digital on the 20th, I believe, which is next week. I really wanted to get the is it Special Agent or Secret Agent edition, where it's got like the soundtrack with it, because the soundtrack in this game is amazing.
I knew her.
I know. Remember that I also saw her several times. Though it has been quite some time since we last saw her.
Okay. I can't look at her face anymore. Okay. Let's have a look at her
The
eyeball.
left eye socket is vacant. Victim has had her left eyeball removed.
Her left eye.
The most likely scenario is that the killer or killers removed it.
Well, we don't know that for sure. A crow or some other animal could have pulled it off the corpse.
Impossible. The amount of blood indicates that the victim's eye was removed before her death.
They carved it out while she was still alive?
Correct.
Oh, what was that?
What was that?
Analyzing the source of the sound. Sonic analysis indicates the sound originated from inside the merry-go-round's central column.
Inside the column?
Okay, so there's something in here. The noise came from
Date,
inside.
use me to see through the column.
Ah, so
Utilize
it's
the X-ray mode.
another one of Ivor's modes. Let's look behind the wall. Okay, who's that?
It appears as though someone is inside.
No shit. I threw down my umbrella and ran to the pillar.
Hey, wait!
Shut up!
He should have just done that to begin with. Just pushed him out of the way.
Hey, I know you're in there. If you can hear me, say something. You won't budge.
It may be locked from the inside.
Damn it. Hey, whoever's in there, stay back.
That gun's awesome. Oh dear.
Mizuki.
Mizuki. So have we just managed to catch the killer, or is it a red herring? Oh. It's been a while since I played it from the beginning, so I can't remember what actually happens next. You say that, poor girl, but she did have bloody hands and a weapon.
What is this place?
Unless you mean one who's
This
dead.
is your dream.
I'm me.
Correct. You are Date.
And you are?
Oh, let me just turn off the auto. 1 minute. Yeah, WTF?
Where do I even start with this?
I can answer all of your queries.
All right, then. Who are you?
Just before I press cross to move on, this is the Somnium. So he's fell asleep and now he's been pulled into the Somnium. This is a tutorial level, basically, just to show you how the game works. But yeah, these particular segments are quite crazy.
I'm me, of course.
I know that voice. Iba?
I know that voice as well, and I looked it up, and it's someone from the Persona games, if I recall correctly. I can't remember who she played, or voiced even, but I'm pretty sure she's from Persona. Persona 5, sorry.
Indeed.
No, she did that right. She's way too small to carry that big body, let alone strap it up to us. You'll find out later on in the story. I don't think we'll find out in these first 2 days, but she could have. You never know. She was caught red-handed, literally, with a weapon in her hand. But I'm pretty sure we get to investigate her mind before the embargo. So we'll see what happens after we've done the tutorial.
Why do you look like a fluorescent shrimp?
That's one way of putting it, I suppose. That's our Iva, by the way. That's our eyeball. So our artificial intelligent eyeball appears in the Somniums as a fluorescent shrimp that we command.
What are you talking about? I must look so cute that you've lost your mind.
That's what's happened.
Under normal circumstances, I would lecture you about your awful taste, but...
What are you doing in my dream?
You called me. My consciousness and your own are linked. This is why I appear in your dreams. Consider me an alter ego, but I shouldn't waste time explaining further. You will have forgotten this by the time you wake up.
Oh,
I will
okay.
discuss this with you soon, when you're awake.
I'm trying to solve my situation, but my brain isn't cooperating. It must be because I'm sleeping right now. So things that I should know, I can't remember. My head is all fuzzy. I'm not my usual self. It's like I'm inside someone else's head. What a strange feeling.
Putting that aside, do you recognize this room?
I do.
No, not at all.
Oh, sorry, no I don't.
I suppose that's fine. Let us begin.
Begin what?
Somnium scan. Activate! Got it.
Got what?
I have completed a scan of your Somnium, your dream world. My simulations have encountered several mental locks.
Mental locks?
Have you already forgotten? Even your critical thinking abilities have dulled.
It's taking the route of pretending that you've basically forgotten your job, and it's now reteaching you your job, so that you know what you're doing when you're playing the game.
Huh?
In short, Somnium is a world built from the deepest recesses of your consciousness.
I'm pretty sure he knows this. It's what he does daily.
This world is divided into several layers. Each layer stands upon a foundation, a base component.
This particular puzzle aspect is really good, though. I'll explain it more.
Think of these foundations as mental blocks, or simply locks for convenience. Mental locks must be broken before we can proceed deeper into consciousness. The truth is always hidden within the deepest layers. Therefore, we must...
remove the mental locks?
Correct.
So I just need to turn on all the lights and open the door? Shouldn't be too hard.
Don't be so sure. Appearances in this world can be deceiving. Let's start with the door. Please direct me to the door and give me instructions.
I see. So I can do whatever I want with you in this world.
Well, I suppose that is true, but...
Alright, let's do this.
Word of warning, Date is a bit of a pervert. So some of the things that you get to do are a bit unusual, a bit questionable. So Date's dream world. In this strange and surreal dream, trust the light to wake up Date. Somnium. In Somnia, you explore a dream to discover the subject's hidden memories. Unlocking the mental locks will allow you to travel deep into the dream. Unlocking all of them will reveal important information. A guide to unlocking the mental locks is displayed in the upper left corner. Is it? I'd never even noticed that before. First move either close to the door and investigate. Right, so there's two parts to the game, as I mentioned in my review. There's the investigation and exploration process, which is the bit before where you walk around questioning people. And there's the Somnium parts like this, which is the 3D puzzle game. So let's just do this. So what it wants us to do is, on the left you can see that mental lock. We need to unlock that, which in this case is the door, and then unlock the other mental locks to proceed to the truth, as the game calls it. So
a door locked with a padlock.
Let's see what we can do to the door. So when investigating things, you can choose a number of options. For now, have her investigate the door.
It appears all I have to do is open this door.
All you got to do is open the door, which has been chained up with a lot of chains. Yeah, I doubt that's going to work.
I can't touch it.
Okay.
That is to be expected. Dreams are not bound by logic. This is Date's Somnium, a reality built by dreams.
Now, are we just going to glance over the fact there's a skeleton, like, just sat there?
By Somnium?
I see. Your mental faculties must be hazy because your body is currently sleeping. I suppose I will have to explain.
I'd rather you not disturb my precious sleep.
Shut up and listen. Date, look at that. The places where the light touches have become colored.
Oh yeah?
Perhaps those parts are now tangible. Every human mind is unique. Every human dream has its own set of rules.
Say that again.
I see.
If you understand these rules, the dream world itself becomes malleable. Who was that?
I don't know.
You must know. This is your dream. It is created from your memories.
I don't know what to tell you. I have no idea who that was.
You may remember upon reflection.
I need to give you commands that will unlock the mental locks, right?
Indeed. But it is difficult to predict exactly how an object will behave in Somnium. Think outside the box. Trying different actions will help solve the problem.
Now, what should I have you do?
Look at his face. A big smirk across his bloody mouth.
Don't forget that I have a veto.
So in the Somnium world, you're able to investigate objects that have a floating name. A new object has appeared, move either over to it to investigate. So what's been given to us now? The plant. Okay.
A winter iris.
What?
Do you not recognize it? This is an iris that blooms in winter.
Okay.
A flower with a woman's name.
Let's see if you can grab it. She's pretty weak, isn't she?
It's remarkably solid. I can hardly believe it's a plant.
It's symbolic of my lifestyle. Put your roots down, stand your ground.
Or perhaps it just means you are an inconvenient annoyance.
I'd probably go with the latter.
You were able to touch it.
Correct.
So, I just need to keep this up?
Something like that.
Okay, so what other options
A
have we got?
winter iris.
So we can smell it. Let's see what happens when we smell it.
Hey, I didn't know you could smell.
I can't. I'm pantomiming. Isn't it easier to visualize this way?
Sure, whatever. Not enough.
Not enough?
Pardon?
Harder, you gotta smell it harder.
He's getting so aggressive.
What? Okay.
What the fuck?
Amazing suction. Bravo. Marvelous.
Okay, that's a sound bite right there.
What are you experiencing so regularly to cause this to happen in your dreams?
What are we experiencing so regularly to make us say that the suction power is marvellous? Yeah, let's not go there either. You can check your progress on the left hand side of the screen. Your actions now advance your progress to clear the Somnium. You can view the controls in the menu. Right, yes, as you can see, it's now gone down on the left, so we need to reach that mental block. So let's see what the switch does.
The thorns are gone.
Oh yeah, there was some thorns there, weren't there? Let's turn it on.
Now I can activate the switch.
Who's that?
Isn't this rewarding, Date? Another place you can touch.
I would rather be sleeping.
It's so miserable. Right, so we've reached one mental block, so the next one I think is just unlocking the door. Is there a punishment for failing the Somnium sections? Kind of. Not in this bit, because this is just the tutorial. The way it works, let me just show you on this one. And I'll do that in a minute.
A floor lamp shaped like a rose.
Right, so as you can see, you've got three options there. Turn off lamp, lift up and kick. Now, because it's the tutorial, there's no punishments, there's no negatives at all for doing any of those. But the way the Somnium works when you're actually in the main game, you have 6 minutes to complete the section, so get in and get out. Every action you do takes off a set amount. So turn off light might be 60 seconds. So as soon as you pick that action, 60 seconds are gone off your 6 minutes that you've got to move around. If you don't finish the final mental lock by the time 6 minutes is up, then you basically, it's game over, and you have to either start the Somnium again, or you can skip back to the last checkpoint that you reached with the amount of seconds that you reached at that point. It becomes quite a good puzzle game, but not at this stage. At this stage, it's just teaching you how to push buttons, basically. But it doesn't let you, like, say you go into a level and you absolutely screw it up and you use up all of your time before even reaching the final point. It won't let you progress and have bad things happen. You will have to redo the Somnium until you successfully pass it. However, when you get to the real Somniums, that's where the branching happens in the game. We'll get to it later on, but I don't know if it's a couple of hours in. I can't remember how long it takes. But the Somniums is where the story changes and the timelines, but your pathways change, and you pick whether you want to go one way or the other. And then that branches out to different branches, which then branch again, a bit like in the Zero Escape games. But at this point, it's just teaching us.
It won't move.
It must mean I don't flinch. I hold my ground like a mountain.
Date's got a lot of cheesy lines as well.
I interpret it more as your irritating personality spreading like pollen in the wind.
Tears won't stop. Must be allergies.
Oh, you're upsetting him now, Alva.
You're just sleepy.
Basket.
I cannot see inside it.
You know what? You're annoying me, Iva. Put it on.
Leave it to me. It is dark. I cannot see anything.
I see a dumb AI and a skeleton.
Now the skeleton's got it on. Wait, why she took it off?
A basket.
Tackle it.
Ow, that hurt my shoulder.
Sorry. I shouldn't have asked you to do that. Now you have to shoulder that burden?
No.
Was that a pun?
She has to literally do whatever you tell her to do, basically. Let's try and kick it. Oh, up.
You don't have to kick it so hard.
Give it everything you've got. That's my motto.
Didn't even budge.
I saw the skeleton's skull move slightly.
How? You were facing the other way.
Hey, Date, are we gonna get him too? Huh?
Look at her face.
What are you, a thug?
She gets so excited over beating up this skeleton. Let's have some wine first.
A glass of wine.
Let's have a sip.
Leave it to me.
Can she even drink?
Hey!
I feel kinda good.
Why isn't AI getting drunk?
Why do I have to listen to Date diss me all the time?
Oh, she's annoying when she's drunk. Someone else can come take her.
Right, let's have a look at the skeleton
A
then.
skeleton? It appears to be bleeding from the left eye.
Okay, just like our victim. Let's talk to it first.
To the skeleton?
Yes, do as you're told.
You just want someone to talk to, huh?
True. Hello, my name is Iva. What is your name? How are you? I am currently 92% charged and feeling well.
I don't think he's interested.
Don't ignore me, stupid bony man. Your mother is a stupid bony girl. Bony, bony, bony!
Are you finished?
My disappointment is immeasurable. A skeleton.
Okay, let's take out our frustrations on the skeleton.
Know this, skeleton. I harbor no grudges against you.
Did a job.
Lila, look. The wall.
Oh shit. Oh. Game over. There we go. So we've just fallen into a different version of
Do you have an irrepressible urge for destruction you've been holding back all this time?
Even if I did, adults have to learn moderation, you know. Who is he?
Are you sure you don't know?
I don't know. He looks like some old man.
You could describe him a little more generously.
Boss is sleep talking. Hidden item in Somnia. There's always one somewhere. No more. I can't eat anymore. I'm stuffed. So that's basically telling us that there's always a hidden orb in each of the Somniums.
What?
So there's 2 ways to unlock the hidden items. That's one of them. I'm not going to mention the second way because it's best left as a surprise. Let's pick up a gun.
A gun came out of the skull?
Okay, the gun looks a little bit weird, but
It won't go off?
It should be fine.
Look at this hot magnum. I could ventilate some crooks with this thing.
Don't get excited.
Remind you of anyone?
No.
alright, let's use
A
it on the
door
door.
locked with a padlock.
Right, can we shoot it?
Leave it to me. There are 2 kinds of people in the world. Those who open doors.
Just pull the trigger.
What the hell?
You got lucky.
Okay, I've never actually picked that option before. It's just,
A door locked with a
let's put the gun in the keyhole because it's got a little key on the end of it by the looks of it.
Do you think something this size would fit?
That's what she
Might
said.
fit if you work it in a little. Try just a tip.
I suppose.
The game's full of innuendo.
I see. The gun was the key.
Well, well, well. It seems I was key to his escape.
Okay, that's it. This dream is over.
I suppose this dream is over then. Guess I'll wake up now.
Good. I'll open it.
So what was that? So we've unlocked another bonus thing, which I'll show you in a minute. Right, so we're on day 2, Saturday. Right, so we're back into investigation mode now. So we're at a police headquarters, Saturday morning. This is the last day that we can play. So there's Boss in her rather colourful office.
Good morning, Date. I was
Hello.
waiting for you.
Right, now, this office is a bit of a mess. I can't imagine ever going to see any kind of police officer or person in charge of police and walking into their office and seeing all this crap right in front of you. Like a boy band poster, we've got some normal posters, a map, skis, a snowboard, a ruler, a Christmas tree. There's a giant clock down there. There's a giant tanuki. And there's a police officer mannequin. Right, I'm not going to click on everything because it's best people see these on their own. But I am going to click on a couple. So the first one I'm going to do is the tanuki.
You think it's true that a tanuki's ball sack can stretch up to 10 square feet?
Yeah, I wouldn't know.
And Mario. So a police officer mannequin.
Have you met my partner? This is my childhood friend, Mario. He's a good listener. I tell him all my stories when I get lonely.
This is a moment I started to worry about Boss's mental health. And if we click on him again...
Hey, Mario. Nice to meet you.
It's a me, Mario! Alright, yeah, so when you all pick up the game, there's a lot of items here for you to click on and investigate with the boss. So let's see if she'll tell us about the case 6 years ago that she briefly touched on.
Hey, remember the case you brought up yesterday? The one that happened 6 years ago?
Date, forget about it.
What?
It's been a long time since I've been at a crime scene, and I got a little carried away, and... Look, it was a slip of the tongue, okay? Shouldn't have said anything.
That just makes me want to know even more.
That case has nothing to do with this one.
But it might. Last night you said this could be a copycat crime.
Yes, that's my point. It might be a copycat killer, but it can't be the same killer. That's impossible. Literally impossible. So it's not necessary for you to know about past cases. It would only cloud your judgment.
I don't accept that.
Just give it up, Date.
Let's push her again and see if she'll tell us more.
I wouldn't tell you even if my life depended on it. Even if you took me to the finest club in Kabukicho and showered me in Dom P, my lips are sealed.
But why, boss?
It's top secret, classified.
It was that bad, huh?
If that's how you want to interpret it.
Why does she keep doing the basic instincts and recrossing her legs over and over again? She's trying to give me a little show.
Give it a rest, Date. You keep prying into this, and I'll hit you with a sexual harassment complaint.
This isn't harassment or sexual.
I can make it sexual.
It appears you wouldn't have an issue with that. I can detect your thoughts, remember?
Thank you for your input, Iva.
Let's try one more time to push her.
Just promise me you'll let this go, okay? It's a delicate issue. Even more delicate than my patience.
Oh, but we want to know what happened
So drop
6 years
it.
ago.
That's an order. Understood?
Fine. I'm going to ask you again, though. I'm definitely not going to get anything else out of her. She'd be surprisingly stubborn sometimes. Okay? So, I see you still haven't cleaned this place up.
Where do you think you are, Agent?
Metro Police Building in Kasumigaseki, Chiyoda District, Tokyo.
Underground. We're 6 stories underground.
Yeah, what about it?
No windows. It's suffocating in here. Dark and dreary all the time. So, I try to make my office colorful. Liven things up a little. It's like a party, right? I want it to feel fun in here.
Yeah, it's lots of fun. What's the status of your investigation?
Who do you think I am, Date?
You're my boss? The commander of Abyss Metropolitan Police Department?
I mean, my name.
Huh. I honestly don't know. I've been calling you boss for 6 years, so...
Trust me, it's been more than 6 years.
I suffer from memory disorder. I don't remember anything past 6 years ago. Been having flashbacks recently, fragments of my past.
What does your name have to do with our investigation?
Because if you knew me well enough, you wouldn't have to ask.
Ah. So, nothing to report then. Got it.
About Mizuki.
Interrogators say she hasn't said a word since we found her.
The doctors say she's traumatized. She can't speak. She's seeing a specialist at Central Hospital right now.
Did you take her to the hospital after we found her?
Yeah.
Were you with her this whole time? You're like her legal guardian, then.
No, she just lives with me.
Right, so the girl we found in the merry-go-round with the bloody weapon is 12-year-old, and she lives with us as like a roommate. So stray cat that we found on the way to.
In any case, we're not going to get anything from her.
Yeah, so that's why he stayed with her at the hospital bed, and why he was a bit surprised to see her with blood all over her hands. Because basically he lives with her, a little 12-year-old girl. Nothing weird. Well, nothing that weird about it. He's just basically taking care of her in a way. It becomes more apparent as you get into the post-embargo content of the game. So let's ask about Renju Okiru.
Have you picked up Renju yet?
I don't know.
He's at a police station nearby being interviewed. He's not a suspect yet, just standard procedure stuff.
So Renju is Shoko's ex-husband. That's the one who got killed. It's the ex-husband of a murdered woman. And an old friend of yours.
I wonder what Renju was doing last night. I did call him a few times. He didn't answer.
Maybe he was killing his wife?
No.
The local police tried his phone too, but they got the same result. No one was able to get a hold of him until this morning. We explained the situation to him, had him verify Shoko's corpse, and naturally started asking him questions.
Okay, so what is it? In 90% of cases, it's always the husband or wife who did it. However, because of the nature of the game, I wouldn't believe everything, because it might not be, because obviously at the moment we've got the little girl as well. So it could be anyone. Could be anyone. It could be me. It could be Boss. You never know. It could be Mario. Maybe he comes to life at night and goes out and kills people. He looks like a bit of a dodgy cow. Dodgy cow? Dodgy person. Don't know why I said cow. Any leads?
I don't know if I would call them leads.
Oh.
What about the ice pick? The one we found in Mizuki's
Oh, it's an ice
hand.
pick. Okay.
We were able to identify the manufacturer, but it's sold nationwide. It would be impossible to pin down the buyer.
Shame you can't do fingerprints.
Damn.
We did determine that the shape of the pick and the puncture wounds on the victim match perfectly. We also discovered that the blood on the pick is the victim's.
So it's
Meaning
definitely a
that ice
murder
pick
weapon.
was probably the murder weapon.
Almost definitely.
Doesn't look good for Mizuki.
The pick Mizuki was holding? The only prints on it are hers.
Alright, okay.
The evidence is really stacking up against her.
No. She couldn't have done it. That's impossible.
Well, then you better hurry up and clear her. She is important to you, right?
Any other information?
Let's see. We have some more information about the victim, Shoko Nadami. It's up on the database. Although it's probably nothing you don't already know.
Well, maybe not. I haven't seen her for over a year.
Still, you know more about her than anyone else on the case, right? It's part of the reason why I assigned you to this.
Nadami Shoko, 36 years old. Female. Residence, Meguro District. Met Date Kaname 5 years ago through her husband, Okira Renju. Date and Renju were so-called old drinking buddies. Renju and Shoko had one child together, a daughter named Mizuki, the prime suspect of this case. 4 years ago, They were divorced. Shoko returned to using her maiden name, Nagami.
I should also give you this.
What is it?
It's a picture of Shoko.
Okay.
You'll need this when you're trying to get information, right? Since you don't have a cell phone.
I don't need one. I've got either. Right, so brief little update on the story now, because this isn't as complicated as it gets. It does get a lot more complicated. But yeah, so Shoko has been murdered, and she had her eyeball removed for some reason. The person found with the bloody murder weapon is her daughter, Mizuki, who lives with us in our apartment. And the father and ex-husband, Renju, he went missing last night when the murder occurred, and they're now questioning him in the police station. But he's our old friend as well. So it's about as least complicated as the game is, because it gets a lot more complicated later on. Can you change who the second victim is based on performance of Mizuki's Somnium, or will the second victim be the same regardless? I'm just trying to think who it is now. If you go that way, it's that person. That way, it's... Obviously, I can't talk about too much because it's before the embargo of talking about story elements past the second day, and the second day does show someone, which we'll get to soon, but not... Well, no, it is the second victim that you see in a minute. So the next one is always the same, because it's part of the story, but depending on how one of two options that I'll show you when we get to the Somnium, the story branches in different directions, and then it starts going down different routes where different people may have a happy accident, or order might be a little bit different and the outcome will be different. I don't know how much I can say because of the embargo. But yeah, it's the way I see it and the way I wrote it in the review is, once you've gone past the second day, the story dramatically changes depending on which action you take, and then from that action, which further actions you take, as it starts branching out even further. It's not like my what I was linking it to is like the Walking Dead Telltale games. They have choices, but the choices are quite limited and they don't really change anything other than the skin of one of the characters. In this, when you make a choice, even though it's sometimes an unusual choice, it dramatically changes what happens and the way things flow and what people find out and what happens going forward and that. So this is, like I said with the Zero Escape games, it's like lots of little mini versions of the same story but in different ways, and it's quite good. It's very good, actually. Yeah, cool. I'll show you, because we can get to the end of the second day, which I believe is the second Somnium, or the first real one.
The person who reported the screaming?
Right.
Yes.
Unfortunately, not yet.
What's the holdup?
They didn't identify themselves over the phone.
But you should have a location by now.
All we know is that it was a payphone.
A payphone? That's odd.
It is unusual. Whoever it was clearly didn't want us knowing their identity. It may have even been the killer.
Okay, so now there's another person in the midst. The person who did a phone call. Look who's eye. There she is. Pokeball. I choose you, Iba. Da, 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 da.
Hello.
Before I proceed, what I love about this, see, that's obviously our eyeball. She's now jumped out of our head, and she's on the table looking at us. But we can still... Oh, let's not let me do it. Right. In a minute, I'll tell you what I was going to tell you.
No, not hello. I told you not to just pop out of nowhere like that.
I do not understand your concern. Boss knows me by now.
Well, still.
There we go. So Iva's now looking at us, that little prism, square thing, diamond. You can obviously see our character, our Date. But if we start looking around, it's like it's a live feed, or like a live rendering of our characters. So as we look around, we're seeing what Iva sees, which includes our character looking around, which I thought was really cool. And a little bit of attention to detail that I didn't expect it to do, basically. Let's just talk to her anyway. So, who are you?
Is that a serious question? We've been partners for 5 years. You know who I am.
You know you are kind of cute like that.
Aren't I? I receive that compliment frequently.
Your attitude isn't, though.
So, am I cute or not cute?
No.
I was joking.
I don't understand your joke. Can you explain what's funny about it?
Nope, not cute at all. Why did you come out?
I haven't been getting a lot of exercise lately.
You're joking, right?
It's been 5 years since we first met. One day I got called to the control room and Peter, the engineer, showed it to me.
The official title is AI Ball. You may call her Iva. The artificial intelligence contained within this sphere is nothing short of miraculous. An autonomous artificial intelligence birthed from collective nanotechnology. Its ability to think is controlled by a program we call the Wadjet system. Special Agent Date, from today forward, this is your partner. She will be your personal computer and your personal companion.
Iva's been living in my head ever since. She gathers information and runs analysis. She can also access wireless networks and hack into other computers. While she's in my eye socket, we communicate through an artificial nerve to my brain. It lets us talk without actually speaking. Why did you come out?
Okay, really now. What's the real reason you came out?
There is something I need to report to the boss.
To me?
Correct. I could have had the message relayed through Date, but that would have been less efficient. I concluded that it was better to have the both of you hear this together.
Aren't you wasting a lot of time explaining this?
Please listen quietly. I have determined who reported the crime.
Okay.
Huh?
You have?
Who is it?
I found the payphone that the caller used. It was near the location of the crime, Bloom Park. Thus, I decided to check the surveillance footage of any security cameras operating nearby.
So you found a way into that database?
That is correct. That area has little foot traffic, even less at night. The time of the report was around 9 p.m. Cameras only caught one person in the area around that time. I analyzed the footage and was able to obtain a facial recognition match. They were registered as a person of interest in the police database.
Oh my god, who was it?
Matsushita
Oh, it's Ota.
24 years old. Male. I have marked his address on the map. That is all.
Date?
Way ahead of you, boss. Let's go, Iva.
Affirmative.
Yep, so if you've been watching the A-Set YouTube videos, which if you haven't, you should go and watch, Ota has appeared in a few of those. So we've got a map now, and we can open it and go to destination. So these exploration parts of the game, as I call them, they are quite linear. Like when you look at a map here, it only gives me one place to go to. So sometimes it gives you a few places to go to, but it is quite linear in this stage. But obviously, like I said, the Somnium is what decides how the game progresses. So let's go to the Matsushita Diner. Let's see if we can find Ota. I think we're still on day 2, aren't we? Yeah, Saturday at 10:20 AM or 10:18.
Oh, hello.
Hello.
I'm sorry we aren't open yet.
Oh, I'm not a customer. I'm here for something else. I'm with the MPD.
I flashed my badge and then my willy.
Oh, heavens, no. Is my boy... Is Ota in trouble?
No, no.
Calm down, ma'am. I'm just here to ask some questions.
I love how she's got a top on that says hipster. She hurried out of the kitchen. Look how small she is as well.
Ota's...
His mother.
And your name, ma'am?
She can't even see over the counter.
Matsushita.
Miss Matsushita. Before we talk, could I make a request? Could you put that knife down, please?
Oh yeah, she's holding a knife.
Oh, goodness. Sorry.
She put a knife down on the table beside her. Right, so this is the Matsushita Diner. Again, there's loads of things you can look at, but I don't really want to click on them all because it gives away the suspense of looking at yourself. So let's just talk to Mayumi. So where's your husband?
I think he went to buy some ingredients. He comes and goes all the time without telling me. This is nothing new.
Okay. Just noticed the knife is actually flashing in the background there. I didn't know items flashed, but fair enough. Shoko. Do you know Shoko? Show the picture.
Does this woman look familiar to you?
No, I don't recognize her. Who is she?
No one. Don't worry about it.
Let's ask about the weather.
The rain last night was pretty bad, wasn't it?
The rain? Oh, right, yes.
Okay. Tell me about a restaurant.
Oh, it's just a little diner. But not to toot my own horn or anything. We do get quite a lot of customers here. I manage it with my husband, but it can get pretty hectic during lunchtime.
Peculiar.
What?
This establishment is near the Kawasaki district that's been off limits for 8 years. That could mean... Never mind.
Could mean what? I don't like it when they do stuff like that. It's like, oh, that could mean... Oh, it doesn't matter, I'm not going to tell you. Just tell me. How long have you been here?
Oh, about 30 years now.
Bloody hell.
We had to borrow a lot of money to get started, but back then, everyone was willing to lend you money.
And is Ota here?
That boy, he's been hanging out at this office building lately.
What kind of office?
Oh, what was it? It's a place where irresponsible young men hang out. Nonconformists and the like.
Okay.
What, like gangsters?
Oh, heavens, no, nothing like that. Ota wouldn't go to a place like that.
Then...
Oh, I remember. It's a production office, an entertainment company.
Fuji TV.
What was it? I'm sorry, my memory's been so spotty lately.
Why does Ota hang out there?
Because there's a goddess there.
Ooh.
What?
Ota says it all the time. A goddess. More like a witch, if you ask me.
Someone's jealous.
Witch, huh?
Yes, a witch put a spell on my poor Ota. Makes him spend all his money on her. You see that box over there?
The one on the table?
Yes. Just look. You'll see what I mean.
Okay, let's have a look at who this witch really is.
Do you want to see? It was delivered a little while ago.
Let me see.
Any idea what's inside it?
It's bound to be merchandise from that horrible succubus.
She
She
really
forces
doesn't
Ota
like
to
her.
buy them. I know it.
I'm guessing everyone knows who this is going to be. It's a cardboard box. There's a delivery slip attached to it.
The sender is Great Grin.
Great Grin.
A popular online store.
Product description reads, solid model.
Solid model. Wonder what that could be.
We should look inside.
Okay.
Use the X-ray mode.
Alright, here we go. Let's have a look at what dirty products he's been buying off the internet. Oh, it's our lovely girl Aset. Or Iris. Oh, I pressed the wrong button there.
Now, what is this?
A solid PVC model of a person, known as a figure.
Now, the one observation I have with this is, with the special agent or secret agent version of the game, you get is it a PVC stand figure of Aset, which looks great. I really wish I had one of those. It just looks really fun and really, really good to put on the shelf. But in the game, they're like solid figurine things. So hopefully at some point, Spike Chunsoft will, if not make their own, then commission one of the people who make models to actually make these statues, because that would be pretty cool.
Something's written on the base.
The letters appear to be some kind of metal. The permeability of X-ray vision should make them legible.
Aset.
Aset. Oh.
Allow me to investigate. A moment, please.
Now that little heartbeat thing, I'm not quite sure what that symbolises. I don't know if it means that you've now learnt something. There's a kitchen knife on the table, something engraved on the handle. Do we have to look at the knife?
A kitchen knife with a floral pattern.
It's a nice kitchen knife.
There's something written on the handle.
Mom, I love you always.
Aww.
Ota gave me that knife for Mother's Day when he was in elementary school. He knows how much I love flowery designs. I've used it every single day since he gave it to me. Oh, it's more than just a kitchen knife. It means the world to me.
So, is the witch working there?
Yes, that good-for-nothing temptress works for that entertainment group. She's an idol.
Do you know her name? I'm assuming it's not Witch.
It could
Her
be.
name? I don't remember. I just call her the witch.
Alright, we're getting nowhere. She doesn't remember the talent or the company.
Even I am at a loss.
Yeah.
Call him?
Yes. Does he have a cell phone?
A cell phone? Why would he need a cell phone if we have a phone at the house?
True.
He doesn't have one?
He better not. Waste of money.
You
I find
can
it quite
abandon
cool.
this line of questioning, Date.
I find it quite funny that Date is questioning the fact that he hasn't got a cell phone when Boss has already just previously told us that Date refuses to have a cell phone as well. And like I said, I know Iva can call people via his eyeball, but still, he hasn't got a cell phone, so you can't really judge other people for not having one as well.
Ota does have a phone. I found his number.
Oh, okay, just scrap what I just said.
Call it.
I have already attempted to call multiple times.
Okay.
There is no connection. Either the phone is off, or he has no reception.
Let's hope he's not face down in a gutter somewhere.
Happy
That
thoughts.
would be unsanitary, as well as a violation of waste disposal codes.
If eyeballs were a
That's
thing,
it.
would I get
I
one?
found some information about the figure.
Do you mean if Iba was a real thing in real life? Like, could I go to the doctors and get my eye scooped out and replaced with a real artificial intelligent eyeball? Probably not. It'd be a bit too painful, even though it does give you the option to have X-ray vision and that. If you mean if they release a series of little Iba figurines that you can stand up on your shelf and whatnot, then yeah, I would love to get one of it in this form, where it looks like a little one-eyed teddy bear kind of thing. Maybe give it like a plastic see-through body so that you can see right through it, and then put like a little light underneath it so it all glows up. That would be pretty cool. But I don't really think I would get a real one. It'll be a bit too painful for me.
Aset is the name of a popular female musician.
That sounds like our witch.
Yeah, I won't get the surgery, no.
No, it is a single artist.
An A-set figure, huh?
Correct.
What's the name of her talent agency?
Lemniscate.
Sorry, what?
I repeat, Lemniscate.
Renshu owns that company.
Oh dear, another connection.
Excuse me. Does the name Lemniscate ring a bell?
Oh, yes! That's where Ota goes.
Iba, bring the car around.
At once.
So now we've got another connection. So the woman that was killed, her ex-husband owns the company where Aset works, which is where Ota spends his time, and he's the one who phoned up when Mizuki, the daughter of the murdered woman and her ex-husband, was found with the bloody weapon, and she just happens to live with us. Yeah. I hope you're all following the story at this point. Let's go to Lemniscate. If you're looking for Aset on YouTube as well, I'm pretty sure it's the Lemniscate YouTube channel. The videos are, including her single, which is a bit. But it's good. It grows on you after a bit, but it is a bit. But the Japanese version sounds better than the English version, let's just say that. But after you've heard the English version a couple of times, it does start to get a bit better. There he is.
That's him?
Correct.
Are you Ota Matsushita?
Who are you?
Showed him a badge.
I'm from the NPD.
The police?
I love the expressions on their faces. Can we look at her from here? Yeah, there you go. So I'm only going to look at one thing in this reception area because there's a lot of things in here that are quite funny, but this one always gets me. So there's a receptionist with huge breasts sitting behind the desk. If we look at her again, there's a receptionist with huge breasts sitting. There's a receptionist with huge breasts. Huge breasts. Breasts. There are huge breasts sitting behind the desk. Sorry, yeah, I just find that really funny. But there's other things like if you look at that, it will comment on it. If you look at the books here, it will comment on what kind of magazines there are. But I'm not going to click on any of those. I'm just going to talk to Ota. Is that the Captain America symbol? I don't know. Let's talk to him. Are you a fan of Aset?
How did you know that?
Because we've been to your house and looked at all of your items.
Because I'm psychic.
Excuse me?
What are you typing?
Nothing. Could you stop bothering me, please?
Can you look at me?
No. I'm kinda busy right now.
He's a bit ignorant, isn't he? What can you tell me about last night, mate?
Last night?
Don't play dumb, kid. Yesterday, 9 p.m., you called the police from a payphone. You told them about screaming you heard coming from Bloom Park.
I have no idea what you're talking about.
All right, Ota, look. We either do this here, or I take you down to the station.
Do you have a warrant? Article 2.3 of the Execution of Law Enforcement Code. Unless initiated by legal process, no person shall be detained or obligated to answer any questions without explicit consent.
This type of kid I hate the most. One of the ones that has all the answers. Okay, it's an option to punch him. Yeah, let's punch him.
Date, wait.
Oh. It won't let
Causing a
us.
disturbance in public will result in disciplinary action.
Oh, boo!
Then what should I do?
I have an idea. Give me a moment.
So if we can't punch him, let's try and kick him.
I told you to wait.
Waiting's
Sorry.
just pissing me off more.
Perhaps your dosage needs to be increased.
Dosage?
What?
Listen to me, Date. Ota's PC is connected to the internet via Wi-Fi.
And?
I was curious, so I hacked into it.
That was quick.
Does Tessa refer to Aset?
Okay, what's
That
going
is a
on?
popular fan nickname for her.
That means Mato has to be Ota.
Correct. However, it appears that Ota is the one operating the other 3 accounts as well.
Okay.
Optical Protein Fiber, Pongo Ponko, and KG are all Ota's sub-accounts. Ota is insulting Aset and defending her all by himself.
Oh, I've got to stop it there. Yeah, this is quite crazy. I imagine there are some people out there that actually do this as well. The guy has multiple versions of Twitter open, and with 3 of the accounts, he's basically slagging off Aset and taking the piss out of her and making fun of her. Yet on his main account, he's coming in and defending her and putting them down by telling them to shut up and sticking up for her and that and getting them all to back off, just so that she thinks that he's coming to her defense and helping her out, when in reality he's just fending off his own fake accounts. And I'm sure I read the other day, on a little tangent, I read the other day that someone did this to try and get back at their ex-boyfriend. They created fake accounts and started abusing themselves, and she got put in prison or something, or got a fine because she was pretending to be him and trying to cause a load of crap by saying that he's been stalking her and abusing her. And it's very strange, but there are some people out there that actually do stuff like this.
This is what's known as a straw man sock puppet, or false flag.
I've never heard of that.
This kid is pathetic.
It is a bit unusual. So let's talk to him about what he's been doing.
Hey, kid.
What do you want?
I'm gonna tell Aset
Tell her what?
that you're sock puppeting for her on Twitter.
Twitter.
What are you talking about?
You should drop the attitude.
You shouldn't make those kinds of accusations. Do you want to get sued for defamation?
Optical Protein Fiber, Pongo Ponko, and KG are all your sub-accounts.
What? How do you know that?
I told you, kid. I'm psychic.
It's so
Now.
smug.
I have some questions for you.
Fine.
Let's see if he'll actually answer me this time. So, about last night.
I'm gonna ask you again. Were you the one who reported the screaming at Bloom Park around 9?
Yes.
Why were you in the area? You better tell me, or I'll tell everyone about your little imaginary enemies. Hey, everyone! This guy...
Okay, I'll talk, just shh.
There's no one even here to tell. About last night.
I went to Bloom Park because I was supposed to meet someone.
Did you enter the park?
Yes.
So who were you meeting?
A girl named Mizuki Okiura.
What?
What did you say?
He was going to meet her.
Mizuki Okiura? She's the daughter of the president of Lemniscate. Do you know her?
Yeah, she lives with me.
I know her.
So how do you know Mizuki?
She's just a friend.
Yes, she better be.
What? Why do you care?
So defensive.
Where and how did you two meet?
Here, the Lemniscate lobby. Mizuki is friends with Tessa. I was talking to Tessa one day and she just comes up like, hey.
When was this?
Last September. So, I guess the relationship has lasted over a year now.
Don't call it a relationship.
Well, what am I supposed to call it?
A friendship. You've been friend-zoned, mate. It's not a relationship. Now, that's another little thing as well. A-Set is Iris, so her real name is Iris, but they call her Tessa. I don't... Is Tessa short for Iris, even though it's the same amount of letters? Or maybe it's short for Ace? I don't know. It's like 3 names for the same person anyway, but... how do you know Mizuki?
Anyway, I have her look over my work sometimes.
Work?
I write light novels.
Really? What's your pen name?
Otoin Kyoma.
That is a lie. Database searches reveal no professional authors have ever submitted work under that name.
Hey, Ota, how about you stop lying to me? My third eye can see through your bullshit.
Well, I'm not a published author. I'm an aspiring author, to be exact. So, anyway, Mizuki reads my novels. I get notes and advice from her.
From a 6th grader?
She's surprisingly insightful. She has the talent to be an editor for sure.
Okay. Can you provide a detailed account of what happened last night, mate?
Around 8:10 last night, I got a call from Mizuki saying she wanted to meet me at Bloom Park. She sounded scared. You know how that area is run down and abandoned?
Uh-huh.
I think she wanted me to go with her as protection.
Okay.
But why Bloom Park?
Someone messaged her on Niall.
Niall is a popular messaging application for smartphones and PCs.
Not quite sure what
say?
Niall is.
She didn't tell me exactly, but it said to come to the merry-go-round at Bloom Park tonight.
Who sent it?
I don't know. But Mizuki was determined to go.
But yeah, so the Twitter is clearly Twitter. But Niall, I don't know. At first I thought it would be like a WhatsApp kind of thing, but I don't know if in Japan they've got another kind of messaging service that sounds like Niall that they use. I'm not sure. But yeah, we all know what Twitter is.
What happened next?
I met up with Mizuki and we went into the park.
Oh shit. What a wuss. He just runs away.
Did you leave her there? You left a 12-year-old girl by herself?
I didn't mean to. I was panicking. People do stupid things when they're in fight or flight mode. Like when people grab their pillow and run out of their house in a fire.
Jeez, you're a real hero, kid.
See, I knew you would make fun of me. This is why I didn't want to tell you.
Is that why you didn't identify yourself on the phone? You seriously didn't think we'd find you? Mizuki would have told us everything.
I didn't think she would.
Why wouldn't she?
She said that if she ever got caught going out at night with someone like me, Her roommate would kill her.
Good girl.
We're her roommate, so that kind of makes sense. Why did you use a payphone?
I tried using my cell phone at first, but my heart was pounding and I was scared and my hand was shaking. And with the rain last night, it kind of slipped out of my hand.
Oh.
You dropped it?
Yeah, right into a puddle.
Well done.
Iba, can you trace the last signal that Ota's phone sent out?
Near Bloom Park, just past 9 p.m. The phone has not been turned on since.
I guess he's telling the truth.
Hey, Ota, what are you doing?
Oh, here she is.
Tessa!
It's ASAP.
And you are?
Mr. Date from the MPD. He came here to ask me about what happened last night.
You mean a detective? Wow! I've never met a real detective before!
Just having like a staring competition, just staring at her. Oh, the
Date,
heartbeat again.
Your adrenaline level is rising. Is something the matter?
No, nothing.
He's quite excited by looking at ASAP, who just happens to be 18 years old, so it's okay to get excited over Iris. So, what's your relationship with Ota?
Relationship?
We're like a goddess and a summoned thrall.
Her thrall?
If Tessa ever gets in trouble, I swoop in and protect her.
You sound more like a superhero than a thrall. Ota always defends me when I'm getting bashed online.
Stop! You're making me blush.
This guy.
Oh, maybe we should tell her.
Hey, let me tell you something. It's about those posts on Twitter.
Look at his face.
Wait!
Huh. Looks like you're my thrall now. Isn't that right, Ota?
Yeah, just be cool.
Blackmailing a little kid. Are you ASAP?
Let me confirm something. You're ASET, right?
Let's play a game. Shadows!
Thread? Silhouette? ASET.
Fears.
Upset? Regret? ASET.
Water.
Wet? Sweat? ASET.
Yay! ASET, you bet!
The magnetic currents in the atmosphere are clearly causing aberrant behavior. We should leave. At once.
It is a bit unusual. How old are you?
I turned 18 this year.
A senior in high school?
Yep.
Date, I recommend you keep your hands to yourself.
Don't worry. I'm not gonna make a move.
What?
Oh, I meant Ota.
Wait, you were gonna make a move on me?
See that big smile he had just then?
Mizuki Okiura? Yeah, I am. Mr. Okiura runs the agency, and Mizuki is his daughter, so we hang out sometimes.
Is that how you became friends?
There's more to it than that, but basically...
Mizuki and I live under the same roof, but she doesn't tell me about her personal life. She doesn't tell me much of anything, come to think of it. I'm totally in the dark.
So, Mizuki must come here to hang out sometimes.
Something wrong?
I don't know.
You aren't even blinking.
I don't need to, I've got an artificial eye. Ota? Did you talk to her about last night?
Oh,
I heard about it. About Ota seeing that corpse at Bloom Park. He told me.
Great.
Tessa?
Why didn't you come to the police?
Such a shocking story would certainly pique the young woman's interest. It is possible Ota wanted her attention.
He told her about a dead body he found for attention?
Actually, I already knew about it before Ota told me.
How?
It's all over the internet. When I saw Ota this morning, I asked him about it. He told me he saw the body.
Tell me about ASAP.
Gee, Tessa. You always look so cute. So cute. So cute that I can't take it. Don't you think so too, Date?
You're awfully familiar with her.
I can't help it. Her loving aura is in the air. When I'm with her, my head gets all light, and I just relax and don't sweat the small stuff, you know?
I took out Shoko's photo from my pocket and showed it to Ota.
You know who this is, right?
Yeah, it's the woman I saw at Bloom Park. Her name is Shoko Nadami. I saw it on the news.
Wait, do you not know who her daughter is?
She has a daughter?
I didn't know that either.
They must be unaware that Shoko is Mizuki's mother.
Maybe because her last name is different. Nadami and Okiura.
It has also not yet been reported that Shoko is Renju's ex-wife.
So we're not going to tell him either. Let's just go.
Date, I have determined that these two have no further information for us. Our goal is to find the murderer of Shoko Nadami. Let us continue.
Right. Let's head back to the crime scene. See you kids later.
Where are you going?
Back to where the corpse was found.
In that case, I'll go with you.
You'll what?
Please take me with you.
Why?
Because I want to know more about what happened. Do you have any suspects? Probably some crazy murderer, right? That's what Ota was telling me. The corpse was strung up on that merry-go-round. It must have been some kind of twisted message.
Are we actually going to take her?
Ota, take a video.
Huh?
Just do it. Mr. Date! Please, Mr. Date! You can't leave me!
What?
I can't imagine life without you!
What are you doing?
Ota, did you get it?
Oh, yeah.
Okay, so I think she's just kind of pranked us. So we're going to be held blackmailed that if we don't let her come along, she's going to show everyone that video that we're in a relationship with a young girl, kind of thing. It's a bit unusual, but yeah. In regards to your comment, yeah, the music is great. I'm pretty sure I don't know if have you seen the music video for ASET's actual music video on YouTube? That's what this music is, I believe, if I remember correctly. Just obviously without the singing on it. He looks really pissed off at us because she just hugged us.
Oh, not at all. I'm just imagining your body sinking into Tokyo Bay.
I'm used to sinking. Part of the job.
Huh?
I just noticed it's got like a controller as a fanny pack. What are you doing?
Mr. Date, you are a member of the MPD, aren't you? A public servant? I wonder, what would happen if this little video happened to go viral?
You wouldn't.
Oh, and just so you know, taking my phone away won't help. It's already in the cloud.
You little...
People actually do stuff like that in real life as well to try and blackmail people and make them do what they want them to do. So why are you doing this?
I told you! I want you to take me to the scene of the crime. If you do, I promise I'll delete the video.
Date, a thought has occurred to me. She really is quite the seductress.
She is a witch, just like that woman said. So she has a rather inappropriate smile on her face given the circumstances. And Ota is staring daggers at me. Okay. How's the breasts behind the desk doing? She's a receptionist with huge breasts sat behind the desk. There we go, there's huge breasts sitting behind the desk. Right, let's go to the scene of a crime, and I think we're gonna be with Aset this time. Can't quite remember what happens from this point. Like I said, we can show up until the end of the second day, so we should be able to do one Somnium soon. Right, there's Aset. Why did you become an idol?
Well, I guess it was because I've always wanted to be famous, you know? I want to be famous, get on TV, be a household name.
But you're not there yet.
It's alright. Internet stars do better if they don't sell out.
Internet star?
Ota didn't tell you? I'm most famous on the internet. I do songs, and dances, and play video games and stuff on stream. Have you heard of Shovel Forge?
Shovel Forge is a game in which you manipulate cubes on the terrain to build structures.
Sounds familiar.
I've been focusing a lot on that game lately.
What about being on TV?
I'm not very popular yet. I can only get on TV as a background singer or something. I don't get many gigs either.
Doesn't sound like a very successful internet star, then, does she? About Ota.
Why do you ask?
You two are very close, for an idol and a fan.
Ota is special. He really is like a hero to me.
Hero, huh?
Questions. What's it like being a detective?
Wouldn't know much about that. I'm not a detective.
But you are a cop, right?
Right. But I'm not on the crimes unit.
Then what unit are you in?
What indeed?
You aren't gonna tell me? Please?
What are you doing?
Just thinking about posting that video.
Whoa, hold up.
Such a little bitch.
Well then, tell me!
She always has to get her own way.
You know, now that I think about it, wouldn't you get in trouble for that video too?
What?
The video. You're an idol, right? You have a status to maintain. If that video went viral, I think you'd be in trouble too.
It's okay.
It is?
Because sometime real soon, I'm going to die.
The fuck?
What?
I can see into the future. I know when I'm going to die.
Okay.
Just kidding!
I hope so.
Anyway, I'm not going down without a fight. So I will release that video if you don't cooperate.
Not something nice to joke about, is it really?
We're good friends. We go to movies and karaoke and go shopping together. She's really good at listening to me bitch and moan about my problems. I'm so much older than her, but it really doesn't even feel like it.
How did you start working for them?
Well, at first all I did was stream from home. And then, not to sound cocky, but I started getting pretty big. I started getting offers from agencies.
And one of them was Lemniscate?
Well, not exactly.
Huh?
My mom's actually an old friend of the president of the agency.
A friend of Renju's?
Yeah.
There's another link.
So I asked him for advice one day. You know, you have to be careful. Even a place that looks legitimate with an office and everything can be sketchy. And my mom and I didn't know anything about the industry at all. But anyway, one day Mr. Okiura said to come see him at his office, and he hooked me up.
And I guess we've got to tell her about our department.
I'm part of a special investigation unit known as Abyss.
Date!
I don't have a choice.
What's Abyss?
Advanced Brain Investigation Squad. The public doesn't know about it.
Wow, cool!
Don't tell anyone.
I promise I won't. I swear to the Egyptian goddess Isis.
What's your real name?
By the way, I didn't catch your name.
You really want to know?
It's okay if you don't want to tell me.
Iris. Iris Sagan. I know, weird, right?
Some more palpitations?
Ratty cake, man. Bake me a cake as fast as you can. Pat it, poke it, fill it with fruit.
Something wrong?
No, there's nothing.
Okay, that's a bit of a weird flashback. So I wonder if she's going to actually help us out, because we're back at the crime scene. 1 PM. Done quite a lot this morning.
Excuse me, Yukaname Date?
That's
Maybe.
right.
And the girl?
She's an
also-
important witness for this case.
Yep.
Even though she didn't see
We've got
anything.
business here.
Oh, okay.
That's it. Oh, okay. You can pass. Iris couldn't hold back her excitement and rushed onto the scene. No one even cares that she's there. Is that still a bench? It is still a bench. I wonder how many couples sat there. It makes me kind of angry for some reason.
all those damn benches if I could.
Where
Okay,
is this
Date.
anger coming from?
I don't know why he's getting so angry about that. There's a panda ride. A panda ride. The type you put a coin in.
Black and white bear? I'm not gonna be punished, am I?
What are you talking about?
Nothing. Just thinking about a game I like.
I wonder what game Iris is thinking about a black and white bear that punishes you. Danganronpa. Anyway, let's have a word of Iris. Oh, I pressed the wrong thing. So last night I found Mizuki inside the central column. Why was she there? Iris, stop moving. What are you doing?
I was trying to find some clues.
She's a natural detective, huh?
She's not going to find anything, is she?
Dante, was the body on top of this horse here?
Yeah, that's the one.
Seems like some kind of ritual murder to me. Maybe a religious
Why?
cult sacrificing her to the devil or something.
Maybe.
They conducted their ritual here. Like shadowy, hooded figures, going around and around, stabbing her one by one.
It's not the Orient
That's
Express.
quite an imagination. But, do you have any proof?
I do.
Well, let's hear it.
Right, what's your proof?
The horses. Horse? Sounds kind of like Horus, right?
What are you talking about?
It's a bit of a stretch.
You don't know Horus? Horus is the Egyptian god of the sky and sun. The right eye is the Eye of Ra, and that's the sun. The left eye is the Eye of Wadjet, and that one is the moon.
Oh, hello.
It's the same idea behind the Eye of Providence.
The Eye of Providence?
The all-seeing eye.
Oh, it's those guys.
Oh, I see. Just like what's on the back of a $1 bill.
Yeah, exactly. The Eye of Providence is supposed to be the symbol of Freemasonry and the Illuminati. Starting to see the picture?
Not really.
Right. Sorry, I know I keep interrupting it and that, but this is where it gets a little bit confusing. Right, we're in Japan. We've got English voices, but we're in Japan and we've got Japanese names, we've got Japanese places. Japan doesn't have dollars. Japan has yen. The American dollar has the Illuminati symbol on the back of it. So I'm guessing they're referring to the American dollar, but they're in Japan. So why would they be talking about the American dollar? I don't know, maybe I'm overthinking it a little bit, but it is a little bit like, why would that? I'm guessing it's because the Western people that are playing it, a lot of people will pick up on the symbol being described as like the one on the back of a dollar. I just don't know what the official direct translation of the Japanese version would have been. That might have been a little bit different, I don't know. I don't know Japanese, so I wouldn't really know. Anyway, let's have another word about the ritual.
I remember Ota describing the scene. He said there was an ice pick stabbed into the corpse's left eye socket.
Was there?
Taurus? Providence? Left eye? There has to be some kind of meaning to this.
Wait, what did you just say?
What?
The ice pick was inside the victim's left eye socket?
Yeah?
Ota told you that? He's sure that's what he saw.
So why did Masuki have it?
Why?
When
She
we
pull it
arrived
out?
at the scene, the ice pick was not in the victim's eye socket.
If Ota's telling the truth...
He would have no reason to lie about such a detail.
Mizuki?
So she took it out of her eye. Okay. Have you been here before?
When I was younger, but not since it closed. Kawasaki is restricted, right? No one's supposed to be here.
This amusement park, Bloom Park, is located at the heart of the Kawasaki district. It was closed 8 years ago. The closure was due to an accident at a nearby chemical plant.
This is near the
An explosion
restaurant.
caused massive amounts of chemical pollutants to contaminate the area. The government quickly issued evacuation orders. Eventually, the entire district was deemed unsafe for habitation and restricted. Therefore, Bloom Park was permanently closed.
But a restricted area doesn't mean much if there aren't enough officers to patrol it. There's still plenty of ways in. You can even get in by boat. Hell, some people ignore the evac order and are still living here.
Are they okay?
I don't know. But if anything happened to them, it'd be their own fault.
Are we safe?
We are, yeah. Decontamination for this area is basically done. The chemical concentration around here isn't high enough to hurt you. You could run a marathon here and be okay.
But it's still off limits, right?
Yes, legally. That keeps the media out, at least. I'm glad. It's quieter than it usually is.
It wouldn't be like that here in the Western world if there was some kind of contamination on your street or in your town. The police and the army would come in and force everyone to leave. They wouldn't just be like, oh, well, if you don't want to leave, that's fine, but it's your fault if you die. Although recently there has been those events near Florida with that disaster, aren't they, where people are recording videos of themselves still stuck in the house because they refuse to leave, and like the water is nearly drowning them. It's quite terrible, the events, but they decided to stay there and try and risk it themselves, which was a bit silly, to be honest with you. Anyway, Iris, you're wasting your time.
Hey, Iris, I don't know what you're trying to accomplish here, but you're wasting your time.
What do you mean?
The cops already scoured the place. They didn't find any leads, not a single clue. If they had, they would have notified Iba.
Iba?
My partner.
Your partner? I don't see anybody.
She's right in front of your eyes.
Or is she right in front of my eyes? Yeah, other than a few people, no one knows that Iba is your eye. Even though your left eye is bright yellow, no one picks up on the fact that they think it's just a fake eye. They don't think it's natural artificial intelligence. Iris is investigating the horse, looking over it curiously. What, this horse? Shoko's corpse was tied up here. Wait a second.
Can you show me the earliest recorded images of the scene of the crime?
You
What
spotted
is your
someone.
intention?
Shoko's cause of death was blood loss from multiple stab wounds with the ice pick.
Alright, I thought he was trying to get a panty shot by the looks of that.
Naturally, there should be plenty of blood.
It's not that much.
Agreed.
But there isn't a single drop on the horse. And it was like this when we found it.
Correct. There are no signs of blood being wiped or washed off either.
Okay.
That must mean...
Killed elsewhere. Who do we tell that to? Do we tell that to Iris? We should go.
Oh, come on! Just a little longer.
No. I'm already
No.
in enough trouble bringing a civilian in here.
Okay, I guess.
She's got a strange morbid curiosity here. Oh.
Hey, you alright? Are you okay?
Morning sickness.
Is she pregnant?
I'm kidding.
Oh.
It's not like I would know.
Get on. I'll give you a ride home.
Yeah, score.
Just wondering, but how much do you weigh?
Don't you know it's rude to ask a lady that?
105 pounds.
I see. 105, huh?
You can tell just by lifting me?
Yeah.
Let's
Your
go back
back
to that.
is so warm, Mr. Date.
Oh. To go back to a previous question, it would be quite useful having Iba actually in my eye in real life, but I wouldn't go through the pain, but the usefulness might outdo that, because it seems to be able to do a lot of things. Right, come on in, Iris. How are you feeling?
Oh, horrible.
Oh no.
Shame.
Shame.
Oh, you should worry about me more.
Don't know you
Looks
are.
like you're feeling better now.
Maybe I'm just acting.
Yeah, I don't think so.
What if I threw up right here?
I would put it right back where it came from.
Ew, that makes me actually want to throw up.
Wait, seriously?
No, but I am kind of warm.
The current temperature is 70 degrees Fahrenheit. Humidity 60%.
Is that hot?
It is unlikely that heat would be a
Oh.
factor.
Okay.
Hey, Date. They say when you stick your hand out of a car going 100, you get a rush like you're holding D cups.
Hey, watch it! You'll get your arm ripped off.
Relax, I'm invincible. My arm regenerates like an alien's.
Didn't you tell me that you're gonna die soon?
It feels strange.
Your hand?
No, not that. It feels like I've met you before.
Well, that's nice. But if you don't get your damn hand back in this car right now...
Okay, okay. The wind feels nice.
Oh. Alright, so we've gone back to her house now. So it's still Saturday, it's still the second day, so we can still cover all of this. This second day is very long.
You should come in.
No, that's alright. I'm gonna head home.
Ooh, going home already?
I said my goodbyes and then turned to leave. But out of a corner of my eye. Hey up. She looks familiar.
Oh, who is this, Iris?
Felt my body freeze. Because that woman, she's the woman of my dreams. No, it can't be. It can't be. I felt that my mind and body were being torn in opposite directions. As I stood there, stunned, Iris grabbed my hand.
Come on, I'll make some tea.
Okay. Can't say no to that.
You're...
Nice to meet you. I'm Iris's mother, Hitomi.
Miss Hitomi.
And you are?
Kaname Date from the MPD.
Police? Are you a detective?
No,
Everyone
Mom.
thinks that.
Mr. Date said he's...
Iris?
Oh, right. It's nothing. Don't worry about it.
Okay.
After an awkward silence, Iris brought some tea on a tray. She put everything down on a table and sat down on the sofa. Okay, so we now have Iris and Hitomi. And now, there is a trophy that I'm going to show you. It won't unlock on my side because I've already got it, but it's a funny conversation. And for those out there who get the game when it launches and can't find the trophy about being an audio file, this is where it is. A speaker system. 2 speakers and a console. 2 speakers and a long, thin box in the middle. It's like... You know.
Mr. Date? What are you staring at?
Your sound system.
My sound system? What about it?
I was just admiring it. I wish I had one that big.
Right.
A speaker system. Oh, it's not doing it right, but yeah, it does unlock it in that, but what you'll find out is Date thinks this speaker system looks like a penis, basically. I don't know how or why, but he does. It's rather strange. Let's talk to Iris. So, how long have you been living here?
Since I was born. And Mom was living here before that.
I grew up in this house. I've made a lot of memories here. I've thought about moving before, but I just couldn't bring myself to leave this place.
Why were you considering moving?
Well, because there was... well, I don't know.
Huh?
Huh? You don't... Chipper.
You think so?
Yeah.
I was just thinking about a hunch I had this morning.
A hunch?
There are flowers blooming behind me, right?
There are, yeah? What about them?
Oh, and I don't know if you've noticed, and this is just another little small piece of attention to detail that a lot of games don't do. When I'm talking to either of these characters, watch the other person's face. So watch Hitomi's face when I start talking to Iris. Oh, wait a minute. Iris was thinking about the flowers blooming behind her. It's not that one. Let's do you were saying.
Mr. Date, please drink your tea. It's getting cold.
Oh, right.
We haven't even touched our cups.
Well then, let's have a sip.
There, I thought you were going to do it then. Basically, when you're talking to one of the characters, all the other characters that are on the screen will physically turn and face the character you're talking to. It's pretty cool.
Mom used to be right-handed. But now,
Okay, so there's something wrong with that arm by the looks of it.
It locked up on me.
Ah, I see.
So, this flower here. Oh, if you haven't noticed as well, look at the room. It's there's the lamp. The basket is there. We've got the light switch, the winter iris here, the flower, the windows. It's the room from the beginning, by the looks of it, I think. It does look like it. So I'm guessing us being sat here matches the skeleton, because obviously we've got an eye missing because we've got the artificial intelligent eye. So maybe the skeleton was us in our dream, and we saw this place in our dreams for some reason. Don't know. It's a bit unusual.
Flowers.
It's an iris.
So we've already dreamed this for some
reason. I thought those
reason.
bloom in May.
That's the winter iris. Iris ungicularis. They bloom in the cold.
They bloomed just this morning.
I see.
I see.
In the language of flowers, the iris means good news and hope. When I saw the flowers this morning, I just knew something good would happen.
Okay. He seems to be doing well.
Yeah, thanks to you. I feel as tough as a lion. Rawr!
How am I supposed to react to that?
Don't think about it. You'll only hurt yourself.
What's your mum got to say? May I ask how old you are?
I'm 37.
And Miss Iris here is 18?
Yup.
You were very young when you had her.
Yes, just 19 years old.
What about your husband?
I don't have one.
Divorce?
Okay.
Mr. Date, please.
It's all right, Iris. I've never been married.
A single mother.
Yes.
He's very to the point, isn't he? How do you know Renju?
By the way, I heard that you were friends with the president of Lemniscate, Mr. Okiura.
Renju was my classmate at Eitoku High. We've known each other for 20 years now.
Eitoku High.
You know it?
I know everything on the internet.
I was like having Google in your eye. Just knows everything.
Yes, I do. But I only met her twice. Once at Renju's wedding, and then again just a few months ago. Why do you ask?
No reason.
Does she know that she's dead?
I'm a teacher at the local elementary school.
Okay.
A teacher? Must be a tough job.
Oh, not for me. I love children. Even the struggles and challenges are quite rewarding for me.
Goodbye.
Well, I think it's time for me to be heading home.
Oh. I stood and headed for the door. Iris and Hitomi stood politely.
Mr. Date, we'll see each other again, right?
You sure you want that? I'm a cop after all. If you ever see me again, it probably won't be under the best of circumstances.
Oh.
But because you're Mizuki's friend, yeah, we might see each other again. She is kind of like my roommate after all.
What?
Anyway, be seeing you.
Just drop that bombshell on him. Yeah, by the way, the 12-year-old lives with me. He goes to shake her dodgy hand.
Excuse me.
Take my strong hand.
I should head home.
All right. Take care, Date.
Bye. Aw. Not quite sure how much of day 2 is left.
Date, let's go over the facts of the case.
Okay.
Good idea.
Oh, it's doing this again where it's looking at us because Iva's hid herself in the wheel of the car. So let's hear about the timeline of the events.
Iva, can you give me a timeline of the events of the crime?
At once.
Ooh, right, okay, so...
I wonder who sent that Niall message to Mizuki.
Let's just turn it off auto. So, 5 o'clock, Shoko's time of death. Then Mizuki receives a Niall message. We don't know who it's from, but it says to go to Bloom Park. 8:10, Mizuki calls Ota and asks him to accompany her to Bloom Park. 9 o'clock, Mizuki and Ota discover Shoko's corpse. Ota runs away like a little bitch and leaves Mizuki, fleeing from the crime scene. 9:05, Ota reports the crime via a payphone. 9:30, first responders arrive on the scene, discover Shoko's corpse. And 10:50, Date arrives at the scene. Okay.
Probably the culprit themselves.
But Mizuki wouldn't obey the instructions of a complete stranger.
Then Mizuki knew the sender.
That's what I'm thinking.
Or the suspect used her friend's phone.
Iba, can you hack into the phone and find out who sent the Niall message?
Niall's security protocols are intricate. It will take time to decipher.
Okay. Tell me about the bloodstains.
When we arrived on the scene, there was no blood on the horse the body was mounted upon.
Which means the merry-go-round wasn't the murder scene. Shoko was killed somewhere else, and then brought there to be displayed. That means Mizuki couldn't have done it.
Why?
She's 12.
Oh.
She can't move a body or drive a car.
Fair enough.
Were you considering her a suspect?
That's part of the job. If there's even the slightest possibility.
So,
Then
wasn't
this is good
Mizuki
news.
according to him?
It means the likelihood of Mizuki being the killer is almost zero.
Almost.
I knew that from the start. She would never put her hands on her own mother. She doesn't have what it takes to commit murder.
Okay, Shoko's corpse.
The estimated time of death is yesterday, Friday, around 5 p.m. The cause of death is blood loss from multiple stab wounds to the torso.
Not the fact she lost an eye, considering that was
The
supposed to be
weapon
done
used to commit the
beforehand.
murder is almost certainly the ice pick Mizuki was holding when we discovered her.
Okay.
There were no fingerprints, hair, or other clues left behind by the culprit.
Let's have a look at the corpse.
The corpse was found tied up on one of the horses of the merry-go-round. This makes it clear that the killer had no intention of hiding their crime. Rather, it appears as though it was displayed deliberately.
Our perp wants the limelight.
Or is attempting to send some kind of message.
Kind of message.
The corpse was found with her left eye removed. That eyeball has yet to be found. According to Iris's testimony, when Ota first discovered the body, the ice pick was still lodged in the left eye socket.
Ugh.
So why did Mizuki have the ice pick? Could she have taken the eye?
It's my memento. Why was Mizuki inside the column?
Perhaps she was playing hide and seek.
Hide and seek?
It was not a serious suggestion.
Oh.
I was merely joking, as you call it.
Yeah, I don't think she was playing hide and seek for some reason.
Yes, as a matter of fact. I checked the surveillance cameras around Bloom Park again.
Okay.
And I noticed something strange.
Oh.
Something strange?
There were no cars. Yesterday, in the parking lot and the streets in the vicinity, there was not a single vehicle.
Are you sure?
I am.
Then, how did the suspect move the corpse?
I have no idea.
By magic, obviously. Police headquarters, Saturday, 4:26.
Welcome back. I brought her here after her examination was over.
Who? Oh, it's Masuki.
Masuki. Has she said anything?
No, still can't talk.
Was it okay for you to bring her here?
I got permission from the hospital. Apparently, the hospital director has been poking a few of the nurses. So I asked him about that, and all of a sudden he seemed very open to the idea.
Everyone loves blackmail in this game.
Same thing. You know what you need to do now, right? Sync with her.
Oh, here we go, guys. Our first real Somnium sync. You see now, I kind of wished they'd made a model of this sync machine with Date and someone else in the seats. That would have been awesome, that. Just this little machine here. Imagine that on your shelf and like a little switch that you press and then the lights start flashing around it and that. That would have been awesome. Let's have a word with Pewter.
Hey, Pewter. About Aiba. Could you do something about her personality?
Do something about it?
It wouldn't kill her to be more modest. Maybe a little more ladylike?
If you dare reprogram me, I will self-destruct in your eye socket.
So you were listening, huh?
How's she doing?
Her vitals are stable. Her EEG is also stable. I think we can proceed.
Pewter looks like the human embodiment of a thin and weak Buzz Lightyear.
She's only 12.
With his green and
sure
white.
This is okay?
The machine is safe. I can guarantee that. You have nothing to worry about.
Don't know how he gets into that suit though. It looks like rubber. It's like Batman's night suit. Right, boss. Did you get Renji's permission?
Renju Okiura is Mizuki's legal guardian. Did you get permission from him?
Did she?
I couldn't get in touch with him.
What? I thought he was being questioned by a local unit.
His questioning ended around noon. He hasn't been heard from since.
Why would he...
I don't know.
He's acting mighty suspiciously.
If we don't do it now, then when? This is exactly the kind of situation Abyss was founded for. Besides, if you dive into Mizuki's subconscious, you may be able to help her.
True.
Her aphonia is psychogenic. Physically,
Okay.
she's fine. Her injuries are mental.
I know, they're mad, aren't they?
Which is understandable after seeing her mother like that. You may be able to heal her, Date. You just have to sync with her.
Okay.
You're the only one who can.
Okay. Any progress?
You're asking me that now? I'm asking you to sync with Mizuki because we have no progress.
Yeah.
Maybe Mizuki saw something at the scene. Maybe she went inside that merry-go-round to hide. But she isn't answering any questions. The only way to find out is to dive into her subconscious mind. Don't you agree?
Yes, I do. Let me at her. She can't hear me from here. Oh, okay. Can I go downstairs? A door to the sink room. That's Pewter. His real name is Amandoma. Amandoma? What's that? 36 years old. He's a member of Abyss, like me. He's a genius engineer, designed the sync system and other machines. He also invented Aiba. He's her caretaker. Boss is watching Mizuki through the glass. Mizuki's lying in the sync machine. There's an enormous machine behind the window. It's known as the sync machine. Why won't it let me go downstairs? Am I forgetting something? Strange strings of characters and figures roll across the screen. Oh, here we go.
We are ready to begin.
I must have just forgot to look at something.
Date, go to the sync room.
Got it.
It's time. Time to sink.
Agent Date, Mizuki is reacting. Her heart rate is rising and her brainwaves are showing signs of disturbance.
Okay.
She may be getting nervous about the procedure.
Date, try to calm her down.
How do I do that?
It's true that she can't speak to you. But she can hear you. Try talking with her.
Okay.
Sure thing, boss.
So here's what's going to happen.
I'm gonna be inside your head. I'll be looking for clues about the culprit.
Not only that, we will also attempt to discover the cause of Mizuki's muteness and rectify it.
Okay.
With her aphonia cured, we can ask her further questions directly.
About Abyss.
Mizuki, I've never told you this, but I'm not an ordinary policeman. I belong to a special investigation unit called Abyss. Advanced Brain Investigation Squad. We explore the human mind with state-of-the-art technology and research. There are a billion kinds of suspects and persons of interest out there. People that lie, people that don't say anything, people that have head injuries, or some that have deep mental wounds that keep them from talking. So, how do we get clues from these people? We have to get inside their heads. The truth is in their minds. Our job is to find it.
There we go.
I know it looks scary, but trust me, there's nothing to be afraid of. There's no pain, no side effects. When this is all over, you'll go back to your regular life like this never happened.
Sink.
Sinking is what we call diving into someone's subconscious mind. You sink deep down into their psyches, and you synchronize with their true selves. People like me are called sinkers. Sinkers enter the subject's subconscious, which is a dreamlike state we call somnium. It's Latin for dream. There are 6 sinkers at Abyss. I'm one of them.
Didn't know that. I must have missed that on my first playthrough. I didn't know there were 6 of us.
Hey, Mizuki. When this is all over, what should I say?
When this is all over, let's get some sushi, let's get some ramen, let's get some unagi, and let's go get some of that stew you like. I don't know where it is, let's get some unagi.
I remember you saying how you liked watching the eels get prepared for cooking.
It's eels.
Pin the head to the board and the shaft is wriggling around.
Date.
That time I honestly didn't mean it to sound dirty. I should watch my mouth around Mizuki.
Date, her heart rate is steadying. EEG is stable.
I never picked that option my first time.
Let's begin.
Right, so we're about to enter the real one.
I added a new feature to the sync system.
Ooh.
A new feature?
You'll learn more when you're synced. It's very useful.
One got eyes.
Sure, got it.
Date, you ready?
Yep.
Okay, ready anytime.
Bring it on.
Remember, Date, you have only 6 minutes in the Somnium world. Any longer, and your consciousness will be absorbed by the subjects.
Yeah, I know. I'll find a lead and get out in under 6 minutes.
We're counting on you.
Well then, let's begin.
Right, so now we're going to see the crime scene from a different perspective. Let's stay at that.
What was that?
Nothing. I was merely trying to enter the scene like a cybernetic assassin from the future.
In case you didn't get it, she was doing a Terminator reference. She was trying to enter the scene like a Terminator, like Arnold Schwarzenegger in Terminator.
Well, if you're trying to do that, you'd have to do it naked. Is this Bloom Park? Lightning and a birdcage. Yeah. Maybe this is representative of Mizuki's state of mind.
The fact that Shoko was killed here must weigh heavily on Mizuki's heart.
Mizuki should be inside that column.
To get the information we need, we will have to deal with the lightning and the cage and get to Mizuki.
Okay. Move fast, or time is going to run out.
Unnecessary. Look around.
Look around?
This is the new feature of Sync that Pewter mentioned.
Okay.
You can stop time?
Only when standing still. Time is moving incredibly slowly. Currently, you and I are transmitting information at high speed, so it only appears as though time has stopped. Are you familiar with the concept of time dilation?
It has to do with relativity, right? Two people can experience time differently depending on space-time.
This is similar to that. The flow of time in Somnium is different than the real world.
This could be useful. You can only stay in Somnium for 6 minutes, right? But with this, you could take your time and explore.
Let's get started. Somnium scan! Activate!
So the first lock is the cage. Oh no, the first lock was the lightning, the second one is the cage. The third one is Mizuki. So, Mizuki is mute. By healing her mental wounds, you may be able to get important information.
To reach Mizuki, something must be done about the lightning that keeps striking the birdcage.
Lightning's supposed to strike at the highest point.
An ice pick piercing Shoko's photograph.
Aiba, speaker over there. It's shaking.
I see. It must be connected to the ice pick.
What do we do here?
Healing Mizuki should be your top priority.
I know.
So, 6 minute time limit in Somnia. Time is expended whenever either is moving or performing an action. Pay attention to the remaining time left in the upper right of the screen. Unlock all mental locks within the 360 time limit. Right, so as you can see, the time is going down, but very slowly, as you can see in the top corner. It counts down from 100 before it goes down by a second. But if I start moving, the time will move really fast and go normal speed. Obviously, because I've completed the game, I know the solution to these, so I won't mess around too much. I'll probably just go for the answers, but I'll show you how it all works, because this is different to the tutorial. So as you can see in the top corner, we've got 357 seconds left. If we look at Shoko's picture,
an ice pick stabbed into Shoko's photograph.
We can now pull it out, and that will take 20 seconds off us straight away, and it will give us, in that little eye shape, you see a half. That will give us a half timey. It's called a timey, as you can see at the top. What that means is if we pull it out for 20 seconds, we'll get a half timey at the top, and we can then use that timey on anything else. So if we then looked at this again and pushed it, we could use the timey to reduce it down to 5 seconds rather than 10. So I'll show you what I mean. Let's pull it out.
Right. No one would want to see their mother like this.
Or at least try and pull it out.
It keeps going. What is this?
Something happened over there.
Okay, that's brought the control panel up for us. Ah, lightning. It's hit that instead. That's the first mental lock unlocked. Redirected for lightning.
The pillar became a lightning rod.
It looks like we can get to the birdcage now.
Our next step must be to remove it.
Right, so now we need to get rid of that stupid
Date,
birdcage.
we got a timey.
A timey?
Time induction matter in encephalon. You can think of it as an item that affects the flow of time. Using this, you can slow down or speed up time in Somnium.
Is this another function Pewter added?
Correct.
Sounds like a dream.
Well, it is a dream.
It kind of is, yeah.
And because it is a dream, extraordinary things such as this are possible.
Got it. Guess I'll try to use them where I can.
Alright, so time is blah 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 blah. 3 timers at a time, blah blah blah. Right, so that's it. That's giving me a half timey. You can sometimes get negative timies, which will like mean that anything you do as your next action will take twice as long, or 3 or 4 or 5 times as long. But in this instance, we got a half timey. So let's go to the control room here.
The control room of the merry-go-round lifted out of the ground.
So as you can see, to knock on it, it will be 10 seconds, and it will give us a third. To open it, it will be 10 seconds, and it will give us a fifth. So I'm actually going to use my half timey. So it's now only going to take me 5 seconds to open it, but I'll still get that 1/5 timey as a reward.
What is your plan once I am inside?
Don't
It is
ask
a
questions.
control room. Maybe we can do something in there.
I do not think it will be that easy.
Just try it.
But yeah, so the whole puzzle aspect of like time management, it's really cool, especially when you get to the later ones, which are a lot more strict.
I do not see an exit either.
But there's something suspicious here.
It's me. Oh.
I see 2 bird cages.
Looks like there's something inside them. Take a look.
Right, so here's our first choice. We can either
A bird cage.
do this.
There are ripped pieces of paper inside.
So we can put together that picture, or we can do the one that's a lot more funnier, which is what we're going to do, which is this one.
A bird cage with blown up rubbers inside. There is also a deflated rubber on the floor.
Could you please not call it a rubber? You can say balloon.
I do not understand. It is clearly rubber.
Please.
Yeah, so we're going to look at these rubbers. So we're going to use a timey, and we're going to lift it for 11 seconds.
This'll be easy.
Glad to hear it.
What? But it was so heavy.
Right.
But nothing happened.
Oh? What is this?
A deflated balloon.
That's just saying that you can press retry and go back if you want to try it again. But basically, if you look on the left-hand side now, you'll see that the mental lock has branched off to the right because I chose this cage, which means I'm going to be going towards a specific ending by getting to the mental lock 3. If I had done the other cage, it would have gone the other direction, which is what would then lead me towards the other timeline or storyline or plot point. So that's the most simplest A and B way of picking what direction you're going to go in regards to the story. None of the other Somniums are as easy as this. The choices you make will be a lot more subtle, and it won't be as obvious that you're making a decision which changes the outcome of the overall story. This is just the first proper Somnium, so it's just made it nice and simple for us, basically. So let's have a look at this deflated rubber.
A deflated rubber.
I told you, please call it a balloon.
What are you getting so worked up about?
Do we want her to eat it, throw it, or blow it up? Let's ask her to blow it up with a timey.
Understood.
It's huge. I wish your boobs were that big.
Are you serious? Those are obscenely large for a human. Well, I suppose I am not technically human.
So...
Date, please, be quiet.
There's a lot of sexual humour in the game. So that's got rid of the cage.
You were able to get out?
Perhaps the balloon was the key.
I remember now a story I heard from Mizuki a while back. One time when Mizuki was just a little girl, Shoko bought her a balloon. It was one of the nice helium ones, but the string slipped through her hand. The balloon sailed up into the sky. Shoko snapped. She scolded Mizuki for hours. Maybe that's why Mizuki put balloons in a bird cage. That way they can never fly away again. But I guess Ivor and I made her relive a painful memory.
Now that the birdcage is off, let's get Mizuki.
Do you not see the horses spinning at hurricane speeds?
If you stop time, you can go in, right?
But I cannot stop time while I'm moving.
Oh, right. Guess we gotta figure out how to stop it from spinning.
I see if Monokuma will help us, I suppose. See, there's a map button here as well to see a map. I didn't even realise this when I was playing the game properly for the first time. But yeah, it just shows you where the different things are that you can interact with, which is pretty cool.
Date, you've got 5 minutes.
We have 5 minutes. Can we just walk through here? No. Right, let's what's a microphone for?
This appears to be the microphone for the speaker.
Okay, let's threaten it.
Listen up, miscreant. I know you're hiding in there. Throw down your weapon and come out with your hands up.
Nothing happened.
Your parents would be very disappointed in you.
Yeah, this is really going to help her, isn't it?
You can fix this. You have so much to live for. You can't give up hope now.
You're having fun, aren't you?
But what was the other option? If we shout. Okay.
Stop it!
Nope.
Yeah!
Stop it already!
Right, so shouting into that does nothing. So let's have a look at the panda head.
The panda is floating.
Okay, we have to do it. We have to wear the panda head.
Wear it? Like this?
Oh, she'll do anything you tell her to do. It's crazy.
How are you doing that?
Unknown.
Unknown.
Guess that was a waste of time.
It was kind of fun, though. The panda is float.
So what can we do? We can kick it away or we can slap it down. Let's kick it away. See what that does.
All right.
Oh.
What is this?
Merry-go-rounds can fly?
Date,
Okay.
over there.
Iris?
What?
Why? Why is Iris...
She appears to be frozen.
What the hell is going on? What is this?
What the hell's happening?
Shut up! Shut up! I'm sorry! I'm sorry! I'm sorry! Why do you never keep quiet? Is this fun for you? Giving your mother a hard time? That hurts! That hurts! Please stop! I'm sorry! Why are you here? I'm sorry! I'm sorry! If you weren't here, everything would be fine. I'm sorry! Apologizing means nothing! Say something! Don't make me into the bad guy! But... What's that look, huh? Ow! I'm sorry! I'm sorry! It's all your fault. You. I wish you had never been born!
Mizuki's voice. The other voice is likely...
Damn. What's going on here? Aiba, look out!
What?
Incoming!
I was about to become a pancake.
Good thing this isn't a bed and breakfast.
That frozen iris does intrigue me. But Mizuki first.
Let's get to Mizuki while the merry-go-round is stopped.
If you choose the correct answer in your final action, you can actually exceed for 306 seconds. Yeah, so basically... Go away. Right, when you get to the final question, which is the final mental lock, which is what I'm about to hit in a minute, if the final question was like 999 seconds and it pushed you over the time limit, that's fine. It's a final question. But you can't do that beforehand, because if you do it before you get to the end like question, you run out of time, so you can't do that. Let's just have a quick look at this horse.
A merry-go-round.
Because we get to ride it, talk to it, or spank it. We're gonna spank the pony.
Yeah!
You punched it?
Nothing is happening.
Poor horse.
Yeah,
Agent Date, you've got 4 minutes.
I would hate to be her kid and getting spanked for being naughty. Because you just get a punch to the
A
face.
merry-go-round horse.
We do want to ride it, though. We do want to ride it. Look at her face.
Is it fun?
Does it look fun? Oh, I see.
Oh, she looks so happy. And there's Mizuki.
It's Mizuki.
So he can give present, encourage, speak kindly, or break the glass. However, doing one of these actions, which is the correct one, which I'm not going to say which one it is, will progress past this particular Somnium, and it will then proceed past day 2 into day 3. So, that would break the embargo, which we have at the moment. So I'm not going to play any more than this. This is where I stop. So there has been quite a few things happen within this video, especially within the last 10-15 minutes. A few things that will probably cause quite a few questions and like uncertainties as to what's going on. But once you get the game for yourself, you'll be able to see, because like I said, based on which of the 2 pathways you take here, you'll venture in different directions, which have their own directions, which some then even have even further branches and directions to go in as well. So you can further understand what's going on, see the different variations of the story, and try and uncover what's actually going on and get your head around the whole confusing storyline that's happening in the background. But yep, so this is Eye of the Somnium Files. From what I remember, it's out on PC, on Tuesday the 17th of September. It's also out on the Switch and the PS4 in America on the 17th of September. It's on the PS4 and the Switch in Europe on the 20th of September, and it's available physically in Europe on the same day and physically in America on the 24th of September on both the Switch and the PlayStation 4. And in regards to the physical editions, there's a standard edition which comes with a couple of stickers and a pin badge based on where you buy it, and also there is a bigger edition which has, I think it's an art book, a soundtrack, some stickers, the plastic figure of a set, and also the pin badge based on where you get it. I'll put links in the description down below for the place where you can buy it and get the pin, the little Spike Chunsoft pin badge, as well as some Amazon links as well. But yeah, if you liked it, leave a like, any comments you got down below. If you've got any questions you want answering that go beyond this point, if you leave them down below, I'll be able to answer them as of the 17th of September. I just can't talk about anything past this point. However, you can head over to gamepit.co.uk. The link will be down below, and that will take you to our website, which we have reviewed the full game yesterday when the embargo lifted for reviews. It's a 3,500 word spoiler-free review which details everything you can do in the game and what the game's like and why this is my game of the year and everyone should buy it straight away as soon as it goes on sale. But yep, thanks for watching, and I will catch you all in my next video.